Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tinuke and I'm a food content creator. Okay, if this is your first time stopping by, you're welcome. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys a very delicious breakfast recipe that you are going to love. I guarantee it, you're going to love this recipe. Okay, but if you're yet to subscribe, please click on the subscribe button. Also click the notification bell so that you're notified every single time I post a new content. And without further ado, let's get right into our recipe. Now for this recipe, we're going to be using some tortillas. These are what tortillas look like. Okay, if you haven't seen them, if you're in Nigeria, you can find them in stores like ShopRite. In short, any major supermarket has them, and a lot of people use them for wraps. But guys, you can use them for so much more than wraps. Okay, and I'm going to be showing you one of those recipes today. Many more to come, by the way. So in my pan, I have added my all-purpose seasoning. If you notice, I didn't add any oil. If you haven't watched the recipe for my all-purpose seasoning, I'm going to put a link for it in the description box, so do well to check it. So I'm going to fry that until it is properly cooked. I didn't add any oil because I preserved it with oil, so it doesn't need any extra oil. All right, now once that was fried, I went ahead to add some tomato paste. All right, now you're going to fry this tomato paste for about 5 minutes so that it loses that sour taste. I added a little bit of water at this point because I noticed it was taking, it was just getting clumped up together. So just add a little bit of water to speed up the cooking process. All right, now once it is properly fried, you're going to go ahead and grab your minced beef. All right, now my minced beef was a little bit frozen, and guys, it took me a minute to get this to break down but I finally was able to do that. So this is me just breaking down my minced beef so that I don't have like fat chunks, right? I need them in little pieces. All right, and once it was looking like this, I went ahead to add some seasoning cubes. This was the only extra seasoning I added to these. I didn't add any salt, just some extra seasoning, and I'm going to cook this until that water dries up. Okay, you want to fry this until that water dries up. All right, and this is what it should be looking like. If you notice, there is no oil at the bottom because I started with very little oil that was in my all-purpose seasoning, and that was all right, now once all that fluid is dried, you're going to go ahead and take it out of your pan. Now because I'm going to do all this recipe in one pan, I just took a wet paper towel and I used it to clean the surface of my pan, and yeah, just so that all that grease and dirt does not interfere with the eggs I am about to fry. All right, now once it was properly cleaned, or you can just change your pan, but once it was properly cleaned, I just went ahead to add some olive oil and I added my eggs. All right, there is no salt or anything in these eggs, just plain eggs. All right, you can add salt if you like. Now I put my tortilla on top of that egg, and once I noticed that it was set, you will know it's set if the edges move easily. You are able to swirl it around like I am doing, and once it is set, you're just going to go ahead to flip it. Okay, now once you're done flipping, you're going to get some cheese. This is cheddar cheese, and I just grated it. You're going to put some cheddar cheese or whatever cheese that you fancy. Be generous with the cheese though, this is the important part. All right, now you're going to add that minced beef filling, and I topped it up with some mozzarella cheese. Now one of the reasons I didn't add salt to the egg was because cheddar cheese is a bit, I don't know, it feels a bit salty to me, so I didn't want that, and the minced beef was already properly seasoned, so I didn't want any extra seasoning or salt in this dish. Okay, but do you guys, do you? Now once I added all that cheese, I went ahead to fold the tortillas on like this. All right, and I went ahead to add a little bit of butter. This butter, do not skip it, it does it. Okay, it gives the top of the tortilla an extra flavor, and you are definitely going to love it. All right, so do not skip this step. All right, now just swirl the tortilla around and just make sure that the butter goes round, and yeah, and it touches all the sides of your tortilla. All right, meanwhile, this is called a quesadilla. If you have never heard of it, this is how to cook it. So I made two, and I'm just going to put it side by side, and I'm going to grab my pizza cutter. When I brought this out, my kids legit thought I made pizza, but I was like, oh, no, it's not pizza. Now I'm just going to use your pizza cutter to just cut through, okay, like what I am doing. You're going to use it to cut it into slices so that you can enjoy this. Now guys, if you are watching up to this point and you're still yet to subscribe, please subscribe, click the subscribe button, and also hit the notification bell so that every time I post content you see it, okay? YouTube doesn't recommend videos if you do not, if you don't watch often, and for you to watch you have to be subscribed and the notification bell, okay? So I'm done cutting it and I'm just going to grab a piece. All right guys, this was really, really good. It was so good. I mean, the beef, the egg, the tortillas were soft. Everything about this recipe is just a hit, and it is an amazing breakfast recipe for you to try, for your friends, for your family, for yourself. I mean, look at the inside of this. Like, the cheese was melted, the minced beef, everything about this thing was just amazing, 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 amazing. And I had to give it a taste, guys. I took one bite and I knew that no, this one you guys have to try it, okay? Now guys, I've come to the end of this video. If you liked watching this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, do not forget to share the videos with your friends and your family, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye.